Just me.
Hello. How's everybody
People.
doing? Happy 4th if you're here and hanging out. Enjoy it.
Hi, Virginia.
Virginia, if you've made it back, how's your grilling? Hope everything came out tasty.
Hey, Tina, you're live.
No.
Well, that's what my notification said.
Oh my God.
Send me puff and pass.
I don't know about that. You can't really trust them notifications.
I know. I usually get them from the day before. I'm like, oh, that's
You
for that
might be getting the
notification.
one from last night.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I usually get notifications from the day before. Like, I'll get them today from yesterday. I'm like, alrighty, you go fucking Google. A little slow on the uptake. Onyx, I swear, if you pull this crap with me again today, she has not been up on me all damn day. And all of a sudden,
What is going on with my Yahoo chat?
your Yahoo chat. What are you doing in Yahoo chat?
Not Yahoo. Yeah, I got Yahoo on the brain for some reason.
Yahoo! Hi, Darlene.
Hi, darling. Hope you're having a decent 4th.
I'm I'm protesting. I figured it's Independence Day. I'm protesting. I'm not putting my camera on until Tina does.
Okay.
Flippin' Mike. Hi, Mike.
There we go. Hey, flippin' Mike.
Wrong one, Tina.
What's
Tina, wrong
going
post.
on?
Tina, wrong comment. I don't know what you were trying to pin, but you pinned Darlene Priest's comment.
Oh, shoot. It moved. Unpin.
We will now pause because of technical difficulties.
We are. I am having some technical difficulties, and it's really aggravating me. What are you and Amber doing today with the kiddos?
Now, who's Mike? Hi, Tim. I don't think I know Mike.
Outback.
Okay, yep. Hi, Mike. Sometimes I don't know first names or significant others of people that we know. So I need hints. Sorry, Mike.
Amber's driving.
Gotcha.
Gonna go do something fantastic and adventurous today.
Tina, my love, are you going to put your link up?
I posted it.
It did not show up.
It did not show up.
Nope. Which is probably why the wrong comment posted at the top pinned.
Okay, did it show that time?
Yep.
I see it in the StreamYard.
I see it on YouTube.
Wow, YouTube chat is slower than StreamYard today.
All right.
Yes.
Now.
Yes, it posted. Now you're good. Bam.
There we
Hi,
go.
Wendy.
Happy 4th, Mike. Hope you guys have a great day.
Yeah, have a good, safe day.
Yeah, definitely on the safety.
Ma, Wendy, what's up?
Yeah, they're, if I'm not mistaken, they're in Wisconsin.
Why? Sorry.
So
Couldn't
they're
help it.
my neighbors to the north.
I know. I couldn't help it.
Cody being all sarcastic today.
I am. Thank you, Wendy. Happy traumatized my dog day. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for her.
Take and find some yeah, never mind. Derailed.
Okay.
I'll think of it in a little bit.
Alrighty.
We should have thought ahead of time and got her some treats that had some CBD in it.
Yeah. That's what I need. My dog to be stoned.
Well,
Man, she'd really have a hard time dealing with the cats then, wouldn't she? Poor dog.
Be chilling like whatever.
Oh, by the way, before we go too much further into the show, I have to say that I don't know if you watched the video that was posted today. Who the hell posted it? Jewelry Nurse? I think. Jewelry Nurse? Flip crazy. Somebody posted
flipping
it.
crazy.
That Bob Glam Kitty Jewelry passed away last night.
Yeah, I saw that, but I don't know who that person is. But
Yeah, I do. I've seen him and talked to him in like Moonstone Mama and Jennifer and John Layton and different jewelry chats. Hey Hotness. Hey Kristen. And apparently he's been in the hospital for quite some time, like over a month or so, and his roommate posted that he passed away last night.
well, that's sad. But
And
So
there was
he
another
was-
one that passed away too. Bourbon Street Picker.
yeah, I don't know them.
Austin, I think was his name,
yeah,
or something like that.
and I
Yeah.
don't know that one either. But
Hey
You know.
Ted. Yeah.
hiya, Ted. Happy 4th, dude.
People need to just stop it, you know. But Bob was always a sweetheart. He was very sweet. He was funny and everything in the jewelry chats and everything. And he will definitely be missed. Tim, you would have been proud of me. Hotness said, "Really? Who did you kick now? Who did you kick this time?" Because that would make me proud of you. I'm just saying. You turning a lumberjack, Amy? You cutting down trees? Chainsaw. You know. Inquiring minds. Tim. Cool, Amy, who'd you kill? You know, we are a twisted bunch if that's the shit that makes us proud of somebody. Yes, we are.
Yeah, and how fast do we need to come down and help you hide the body?
Right?
Or better yet, Amy, did you send that stuff to Cody?
Oh no, she got that back from the post office. Apparently you cannot decorate a box at her post office. They will not ship it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Again with getting your box back?
Yep.
Wasn't that extreme? Okay. Well, do tell, dear. Do tell.
Quit pussyfooting around it, Hotness. Just let it out. Tell us.
Inquiring minds now. Sheesh.
Tell us.
No, what the stuff I was talking about was what got me in trouble.
Yeah, I don't. And you're still in trouble for that.
Gotcha. Cool.
Oh, good. Well, about fucking time.
You go, girl.
3 snaps and a click. Mm.
Woo-hoo.
Work it, girl. Wait, now I have to check and see if I'm still on Amy's friends list. Tim absolutely should be in trouble. Don't you stick up for him. Wanting to send me legless freaking action figures, you asshole. You dick.
Bitch.
I didn't tell his I didn't tell her to send you a tickle me elbow doll. It shakes when you fucking tickle it. Yeah. Hey, kitty. Happy 4th. Happy today.
Wow, my chat's not moving at all. Oh, there he is.
Hotness, I love you.
Hey, Mark.
Amy sent me a Tyra Banks gif with her snapping her fingers like, hello. Yeah, with Tyra, you got to watch out for the flying cell phones, man. She's well known for throwing her cell phone at people.
It's all flowery.
Be proud of what? Okay, I'll be proud of whatever you want me to be proud of. What am I being proud of?
Hi, Papa. Thank you.
Hey, Papa.
And same to you, dear.
Hey, Jay.
Okay, honey. Wendy, I hope you feel better.
Go rest. You were up late last night, Miss Wendy.
Yeah, you were.
Hey, Wendy, partner in crime. Love you, girl.
Yeah, she's going. She's going all the way back to freaking bed if she's smart. Oh, Tim calling you a bitch. Oh, I fly my bitch flag loud and proud. That's with a capital B, baby.
Oh, yeah. She owns it, same as I do.
Oh, hotness. You know, this is why we're friends. I have so much in common with you. Only I threw it at his balls. And, yeah, he couldn't have sex for a couple of months after that.
Well, you girls are dangerous.
Don't be calling me and lying to me every 20 minutes. Tell me you're on your way home, and this won't be a problem when you walk in my fucking door. And his father tried to get in my face. I said, I got another phone. He was like, I'm leaving, bye.
See you, bye.
See you, bye.
Oh, Darlene, it's have a lot of fun. It's nothing bad about it.
Yeah, I know he's just playing. It's all good. Oh, no, mine was walking towards me when I threw it side hand, overhand. Like I was laying on my couch and just threw it like a fucking frisbee, nailed him right in the balls. Dropped a 300-pound man to his fucking knees. Because, 6 hours later, he finally walked in the door. Hello. Drunk, I might add. And his drunk father tried to get in my goddamn face. In my house. No, you do not disrespect me in my own home. No. And his father turned around and looked at his brother. He goes, what, you're not going to say anything? He's like, what, are you fucking kidding me? She just dropped my brother with a phone. He's like, I'll wait outside. He's like, fuck that. I'm out the door. I'll wait for you guys outside. Good luck. And he left.
That's hilarious.
I wasn't on the phone. I was just holding the phone in my hand waiting for the next call that said, hey, we stopped at another bar. I'll be home in 20 minutes. Which is what I was getting for 6 fucking hours.
See, that's me, Darlene. I earned that shit.
Yep. You can call me pretty much anything in the book except a slut because I'm not one.
Yeah, right.
And a liar.
I'm not a whore either because, hey, I don't get paid for that shit.
Yeah. And you can't call me a liar. Calling me a liar will piss me off to no end. You can call me a cunt before you can call me a liar. I will be totally fine with that. But do not call me a liar. Or a thief because I don't steal either.
In my teenage years, I might have stole a few things. But,
Yeah. But you know what? That thievery when I was a kid trained me for my loss prevention job when I was older. So I was great.
So, for those that are here, is anybody actually going to go watch any fireworks displays this evening?
I know I don't even have to reply to that question.
Yeah, no, you and I are not, but
Can't go watch anything when you can't get out your fucking door, and the landlord goes, oh, well, I can't figure out a way to fix the door so you can get outside. So, you got any ideas? Like I'm a fucking architect or something. The fuck? And I was out there and I forgot to take pictures, Tina.
God damn it.
I know. I thought about it, and the landlord pulled up and distracted me because that man was tweaking. He was not on weed. I don't know what he ingested into his system, but he was tweaking. He was talking faster than I have ever heard him talk in the past 6 years. Usually, I cannot get 2 words out of his mouth, and he would not shut up. He was worse than me. I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Oh, say what? He's sucking up your oxygen for a change.
Yeah, it was kind of scary.
Been watching him around the neighborhood the last 3 nights, so yeah.
Yeah, I can't see any from my house, from my one window. I could probably see them if I went out into the front doorway, my front door, but it's not worth the pain. And my dog would be freaking out in here by herself, so I can't do that to her. I've never been real big on watching fireworks. I was when I was a kid. My parents, when I was little, used to take us to the fireworks in town, well, in the next town. I forget where we used to go, but it wasn't too far away. It was only like 15, 20 minutes. And then my dad decided fireworks sucked, and he didn't want to go anymore, and he ruined the whole freaking thing because we were all set to go, and he was like, you know what, I don't feel like going. And my mom wouldn't drive on the highway, and we had to get on the highway to get to where we were supposed to go. I mean, so she didn't know the back roads to get there. So he ruined it. Larry, if you're watching, thank you. I'll check it out later. The video that he sent me. He said it's a good video if I want to watch it. Okay. Oh, ouch, Papa. See, this is why I tell people be safe, because holy fuck. And see, John always wanted to blow stuff up. I like fire. I don't like explosions. Okay, hotness. Maxed out time on YouTube. You have a time limit? Personal time limit, I'm assuming.
I would assume, yeah.
But John always wanted to buy a bunch of fireworks.
Love you, honey.
Love you. We just didn't have the money for it. When food is more important than explosives, you get the food. So the past few years, he used to let him get fireworks. Oh, look who it is. Well, hotness, fine. To you too. 2 seconds is too long. You're gonna give us a complex, Amy. Yeah, I'm glad they made it out safe. You see, the problem is people, they're not safe with their fireworks, but they just affected a crap ton of other people by their carelessness, I mean, I love you, hotness.
On a good night, if we stand outside and watch where they shoot them off at about 3 miles across town, the big ones that go up into the sky really high, we can see them above the treetops from the cities.
Yeah, I don't even know if our town is doing fireworks. I don't even bother looking, but John was able to get his fireworks the last few years and set them up in the driveway and be an asshole just like everybody else in the neighborhood. And he was happy, It's like an asshole club, and you all know who they are as soon as it's 4th of July.
Yeah.
And they all live in my neighborhood.
Believe me, they live all around my town, not just in one neighborhood.
Well, what's funny is I don't hear them because, you hear random ones going off here, there, and everywhere. I don't hear them at any distance. The only ones I hear are in my neighborhood. I'm like, why isn't the rest of my town blowing up right now? Why is it just the ones in my neighborhood I'm hearing? Because you would think in between the ones in my neighborhood, I would hear them in other neighborhoods. No. I'm like, Was this an advertised thing? Come to the neighborhood where they blow shit up and annoy your pets?
What I feel most for is the pets, because there are so many animals that it affects. And not just your domestic animals, but the wildlife.
Mm-hmm. So many animals get killed on 4th of July because they panic and run into the street.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I have become get off my lawn years old.
I did that years ago.
Fish fall out of the shells, and the birds freak out and fall out of the trees, and squirrels and all that.
My squirrels are all at a rave. Noise doesn't bother them. I keep reining them back in and trying to duct tape those little fuckers together, and they keep chewing their way out.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
Squirrels are squirrels. Just simple as it gets.
It's a true story.
I always loved how my mom was, though. She had the ones when I was a kid. She had them motherfuckers trained.
Mm. Every campground we ever went to had somebody that either fed a raccoon or fed a squirrel. Although there was one campground we went to when I was a kid, like camping, like with the camper, not me going to camp, but there was one that had a little chipmunk that was trained. He was cute. Hey, Larry. Happy 4th.
There he is. Happy 4th.
Thank you for the video, Larry. I'll check it out later. So, yeah. So today's marked with a little bit of sadness with Glam Kitty passing, but in a way he's been liberated too, because if he was in the hospital for a month, he had to have been miserable. I mean, living in the hospital is, for any length of time, is not fun at all. I don't know what the details are. She didn't have any.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Rest in peace, dude. You know?
Let me grab something here real quick.
Wash your hands first.
No, not that kind of grab something.
Well, that's no fun. Okay, Larry. Yeah, it's not really something that's been on my mind, but I'll check it out. I know it got brought up in my chat because I was looking for topics, and I'm like, anybody got anything?
Yeah.
So someone brought that up. Yeah, Papa. Very sad. I always like talking to Bob in the jewelry chats and stuff. He's a nice guy.
Got quiet.
I'm so sorry I stopped talking.
I know, right? Damn. What the hell?
Did you feel that? Because the planet just tilted on its axis.
It sure the hell did.
You know, people complain that I talk too much. Then when I don't talk, they're like, okay, what just happened?
That's it. You know, what the hell just happened?
And you know what I say to that?
Fuck off.
That's right. Fuck off. Fucking cocksuckers you.
No, not in a long time, sorry. Poor Tib.
Oh, he just got a new boyfriend, Papa? Oh, that's so sad. Cody isn't allowed to talk. The world would come to an end if Cody wasn't allowed to talk, because I would implode, and that's nothing anybody wants to clean up.
Cody, not allowed to talk? Oh my God, are you serious? She would definitely. It would be all kinds of. Yeah.
In order for me not to talk, someone would have to block me. Okay, that's the only way I'm not going to talk.
It would be awful. I mean, just awful. I could not imagine it.
Hey, I had laryngitis twice in 1 month and nobody knew what to do. John complained once that I never shut up. And then I had the flu and my throat hurt so bad I couldn't talk.
Uh-huh.
And like my tonsils were all swollen and I was a mess. And so I had this little pad of paper and I would write things down, and if I wanted to yell at him, I'd write it all in caps and underline it. And he goes, "Holy fuck, you know you've known someone too long when you can hear them yelling at you in your head." And I'm like,
uh-huh.
And he's like, "Okay, please stop yelling at me on paper." I'm like, "Stop giving me reasons to yell." That man never understood.
Right?
But what was funny is he used to bitch about me talking about stuff that he did, right?
Uh-huh.
The past 7 years, every time him and Issa did something stupid, I'd yell out from my room, "I'm Facebooking that." They eventually became aware that I was going to Facebook everything. Because some of the stuff that they did was so stupid, it was hysterical. And I was able to word it in a way that I was entertaining the crap out of all of my people on Facebook. So people would complain if they didn't have any other stories. If I went a couple of days without putting anything on Facebook, they'd be like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, right.
I'm like, "Yeah, they've just been really quiet for the past couple of days." And Talon was so funny. I think he was 5, and he was playing one of his games. And he comes over, he knocks on my door. I'm like, "Yeah, baby, what is it?" And he comes in, he goes, "Auntie, I just scored really high on my game. Facebook that." So I did, just for Talon.
That's cute.
Yeah, and he could read his name, so he was able to. He's like, "Did you Facebook it, Auntie?" And I was like, "Come here, and I'll show you." And I showed him. He goes, "That's my name." I was like, "That's right, because I Facebook what you said." He goes, "Yay!" He got all excited. He was so cute. But people have tried to get me to stop talking, Kristen, and it hasn't worked yet. So
no. And honestly, if she quit, I would really seriously think there was something wrong. And if she doesn't respond or reply to something, I really think there's something wrong. And that means I have to call the local police to do a welfare check.
we have both had days where everything has just caught up with us and we have just slept like all day. Unfortunately, the days don't coincide with each other, so it's not on the same day. Otherwise, we wouldn't notice. But if we go longer than a few hours and we haven't heard from each other, we're like, "Are you okay?" She went 2 days once. She slept for 2 days and I was freaking out. I was getting no response on the phone. I messaged Tim. I'm like, "Is Tina okay?" I didn't know what was going on. She finally messaged me and she like video called me and she's like, "I'm alive." And I'm like, "You don't look alive. Are you okay?"
I did. I slept.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was literally freaking out. I thought something happened. Just one of them, one or the other. You know what I mean? I'm like, because I know if anything happens to Tim and because when he had the chest issues when he was driving that started all of this, and you were at the hospital, it's understandable that you're distracted and the last thing on your mind is going to be, "Oh, I need to tell everybody on YouTube what's going on."
Right.
So I didn't know if it was a situation like that or something happened with the spawn or anybody in the family. I was freaking out.
Tim's doing dishes right now himself, Kristen.
It's kind of cool because Tim doesn't even have to make an effort to scrub. He just has to put the scrubby on the thing and he shakes so bad it cleans itself. Sorry, Tim, I love you.
He can't hear you, but that's great.
He'll listen to it later. Just know it was said with love, Tim. I couldn't help it. It was just there. So, how about that weather?
Right.
Do, 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 do. Bad Cody. I know, bad Cody. That wouldn't be me, you know what I mean? Where's Susanna? Are they having a cookout today?
I don't know.
Tina got yesterday off, so today she got to work and like cook food. And actually, Susanna usually cooks. I don't know. Does Tina grill though?
I think Tina does the grilling.
Yeah. So Tina had at work today. I hope they had a good dinner though. She said they were going to go out to eat. So I hope they had fun last night. It's always good to get out. I wouldn't know, but I do remember. I'm hungry. My tummy's growling.
Feed it a Fig Newton or something. Whether it's what you want or not, it's something in it.
I don't want Fig Newtons.
Just saying.
Shish.
Yeah. The Just Mom thing come out again.
Yeah, Mom. Papa, I don't know. You're in the chat. You yell at the chat, folks. Maybe I scared them. I don't know. I do want Pringles. I do. I ate them all. My mom got me 4 cans the other day, and they are gone because for once I wasn't actually hungry, because I was eating the Pringles. But all good Pringles come to an end. So 12, 13, 14 hours between meals is rough. Actually, it's longer than that. When did I get dinner yesterday? Around 7, I think. 7:30. So that's the last time I ate, except for the Pringles at 3 o'clock this morning. Yeah, that's the announcement about Glam Kitty. Papa, wake up, chatters.
I know, right?
To me.
We got 8 total in there. A lot of people hang out in the rafters and the rafter seats, just listening while they do whatever they're doing.
He is, Kristen. He won't be out of work until 4 o'clock today, which is another 3 hours. And then if he has to walk home, it takes him about 45 minutes to an hour to walk home. And then he does the dog rodeo and puts all the dogs out. And then who knows what he decides to do. Doesn't mean that, granted, he's worked for 10 hours plus walked home. He had to walk to work, works 10 hours, walks home. So yeah, he's tired, and I can understand wanting to sit and relax for a little bit and just selflessly sitting here going, I'm starving to death. Could you please make me something to eat? I had to get in and out of the wheelchair twice yesterday, and day before.
I know they run together.
They do. Day before, on Friday, I had to get in and out of the wheelchair twice. And the first time I went to get out of the wheelchair, after my mom was here, my knee went, nope, about halfway out of the wheelchair. And I had to kind of shove myself back into the wheelchair, or I was going to hit the floor. So my back went, oh, guess what? Fuck you. And then I had to get up again, even through that. And then the landlord was like, I'll be there in 10 minutes. I'm like, fuck. And my son was sleeping, and I had to put up the dog, so I had to get in the wheelchair again and just, no, I'm done for a couple of days. There's no way I can do it. So. And this is,
It's a constant battle.
Yeah, I have to judge my pain levels, my endurance level on whether or not because it's a process for me to, I have to get up, first of all, which I have that bad knee that doesn't want to support me. And then scooch my foot over enough so that I can sit in the wheelchair.
Put a brace on every time you get ready to get out of that.
Kristen, I have to get into the wheelchair to get out there to microwave something, and he doesn't pre-make shit. If it's food that's made and it's out there, he eats it. So, I mean, 9 times out of 10, I don't even get leftovers. Yeah. I have to be able to get in the wheelchair and get out there. And this, even with my own pain levels, getting in that wheelchair is painful. The thing fucking bites me because it's got a 16-inch seat on it, and I definitely do not have a 16-inch butt. It's painful. Yeah.
Believe me,
I've
already played this game with her.
Everybody has. I've gone through in my head if there were meals that I could just microwave, which I do have meals that I can microwave. Matter of fact, he made me one of them last night because he didn't feel like making food. So last night I ate a 15-ounce Marie Callender chicken pot pie for dinner. What time did you get home from work yesterday? I don't know, it was a couple hours after that I ate. Because he had to go to bed because he had to be up early this morning. But yeah, it seems like a very simple solution, but when you mentally have to work up to even sitting in the wheelchair, it is, but they're this big, so to go on a 24-hour stretch before you get to eat again, it's not enough food. It's just not. It's better than nothing, but it's not enough food. So, like I said, it seems like a very simple solution, but it is not in my situation. And I did have another microwave that, I have no place to hook up, but there was another microwave, and then he gave that away. So he gives away all my shit in the house without asking.
I don't know. You sent me a message about 7:45 last night.
Yeah, it was.
So I don't know. And then I went live.
Let's see.
So it was about 8:45 your time. And then I went live.
See, at 7:30, I sent him a message and asked him what was for dinner. And it was at least 30 minutes after that he came in and gave my animals water, and I just directly asked him. He goes, I asked him, I said, what are you making for dinner? He goes, nothing. And I just kind of looked at him. He goes, I'm eating up one of your pot pies. I'm like, oh. Okay. So, but yeah, if he makes huge pots of spaghetti, huge pots of macaroni and cheese. He'll make 3 or 4 boxes of macaroni and cheese at a time. I get 1 bowl out of the whole thing. He'll make noodles and, pasta. I can't eat spaghetti anymore because I can't chew it. So I end up practically choking to death. I almost choked out a few times eating dinner. It was not funny. It was very scary.
Yeah, we've talked about that too, and that doesn't happen.
I actually have my mom picking me up a loaf of bread. And I am going to keep it in my room. Because I have that goober stuff that has a mix of peanut butter and jelly in it. And it's actually not bad. I've had it, and it's not horrible. It's not the best. It's not like, fresh peanut butter and jelly separate and you put it together. But it's not disgusting. It's edible. And I'm going to have that in here. So for at least a little while until the loaf of bread's gone, I'll be okay. But I don't know where I'm going to put the bread, but I'll figure out a spot where the cats won't run it over. Ooh. So, I can't. You'd think I'd lose weight, but my body is like, oh, look, you're starving, so we're going to store all your fat. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. But mine does.
Yeah. So, if I had gotten the other wheelchair, yeah, I'd be out there cooking for myself if I had my new wheelchair, because it's got a 20-inch seat on it, and that sucker's going to be way more comfortable than what I'm dealing with now. But that got delayed for 2 months. So the thought of sitting in my wheelchair long enough to trying to concentrate on cooking something myself, because I can make cheeseburgers myself, I can make fried eggs, I can make scrambled eggs, I can make a fucking omelet if I had the ingredients. but I can't concentrate on it or enjoy it sitting in that damn wheelchair. It hurts. I have a scar on the outside of my thigh from the wheelchair. And then my legs are still bruised from Friday when I was sitting in it and had to get in it twice. So it's not a happy existence. And yet I'm not sitting in the corner rocking my thumb and sucking on a bottle of vodka. Can't afford the vodka, but Yeah.
That's true, Kristen. I mean, we've done.
I know the proper way to eat. I'm well aware of the proper way to eat.
Yeah, we all know it. It's just managing it. And when you're stuck, I don't think he really wants to go, Papa.
When you're stuck and you're poor, you cannot always do what you should do.
Yeah.
Because I have a chicken dish that I make. I've told Tina about it, about the chicken breasts and roasted the red potatoes and the little baby carrots. And I make like 4 or 5 chicken breasts at a time, and you just line the whole inside of the pan. You use a big roasting pan. You put the potatoes and carrots all over the place. Everything is coated in olive oil, garlic powder, rosemary, and thyme. And you bake it. You cover it, and you bake it. And, it makes me 4 meals. And I used to divide them all up and stick them in the fridge, stick a couple in the freezer, and I'm good to go for a few days. And it's so good. It's so yummy. And it's no sodium, except for what's in the chicken. And it's very low fat. But I can't even cook in the oven right now because where he's got his fryer set up, you can't open the oven door all the way. And me trying to maneuver that with a wheelchair when I can only get to it from the side, not happening because I'm not burning myself. That's all I need. No. So it just circumstances and situations. And believe me, I have thought of every solution under the sun that could possibly be thought of for different ways around situation in my house. So although I appreciate suggestions, don't get mad if I tell you, yeah, that's not going to work. So.
Believe me, when I tell you, I have told her till I'm blue in the face, and she's like, yeah, no, been there, done that, tried this, thought about that, worked that one out and tried it, didn't work, and I'm like, well, fuck.
And I understand it's very frustrating for people that want to help with their suggestions. Tina gets frustrated all the time. I can see it. She's like, ugh. And it's not that I'm being uncooperative.
And she looks at me and she goes, quit rolling your eyes at me, woman.
She does. It's not that I'm being uncooperative. It's that I've tried it or worked it out in my head as how that would work, and it won't. Yeah, I know, Kristen. Believe me, I've tried to. My son has told me he will provide 1 meal a day. Anything else I have to get for myself. He doesn't really care if it hurts. But although he didn't say he didn't care if it hurts, he just glosses over that aspect. He ignores it. And the only reason he's still living here is because he has a responsibility to his dog. He sent me that in a message. So, yay! But anyway, happy 4th of July.
Right.
I'm like, hey, can we depress ourselves on the holiday even more?
So, back on the subject of food.
Thanks. She tortures me.
I do. I torture her with that food talk all the time.
She does.
It's my favorite fucking topic. I'm a fat girl. Fuck you. I love you. Food. Food.
That's right. I torture myself. I watched a Gordon Ramsay video earlier where he was making a Smoky Mountain breakfast, and it actually looked really good. And I was like, oh my God, please send me that. Except for the chili pepper flakes. I would have eaten the shit out of that breakfast.
On what is one favorite food that everybody just has to have for a holiday get together?
It depends on the holiday.
If it's a cookout, what does your cookout go to?
Macaroni and salad. Macaroni salad. Hey, Pearl.
Hi, Pearl.
Happy 4th.
Happy 4th.
My macaroni salad that I can no longer eat. What the hell is an
Olaf
Olaf
pancake.
pancake? And does Elsa know that you're eating Olaf? Was this consensual?
Like, because like right now it's 4th of July. What is your go-to? Gotta have it. It's gotta be at the get-together. What do you make to take?
Well, that would imply that I actually ever went anywhere.
Or if at home, what do you gotta have?
I always made my macaroni salad. Always. It was demanded of me that I make. After I made it the first time, it was a command performance. It was necessary. Macaroni salad.
Too many things to list, says Papa.
So if it's an Olaf waffle maker, wouldn't they be Olaf waffles? No, Coquettes was always a macaroni salad. My mom always used to make macaroni salad, and she'd make egg salad and potato salad, and I'm like, no. I liked macaroni salad, but I didn't like the other ones. I've never liked potato salad, and
I love potato salad.
I've never liked egg salad. Mickey Mouse toast, that's awesome. I learned to make my macaroni salad from my mom, but again, she wouldn't let me bring she wouldn't let me bring my macaroni salad anywhere where she was going to be eating. Your toaster plays is a small world.
It's an M1 grandchild.
That's funny. That's awesome.
But I'd have to mute it. Hey!
Please.
What's up, Sugar Tits?
Hi, my name's Sugar Tits. Shut the fuck up.
Sugar Tits comes in with the spaceships today. Awesome.
Yep. Hi, Kevin. Happy 4th of July, Kevin.
Barbecue ribs. Okay.
You know, we never had barbecue ribs at any cookout or any barbecue type, which is weird. We didn't have barbecue at barbecues. We had hamburgers and hot dogs. And chicken. They did hamburgers, hot dogs, and chicken, but we never. My family wasn't big on ribs. You can't mute it. Oh, that must be fun.
Oh my god, that would drive me insane.
If I wanted to intentionally fuck with someone, I would just keep making toast. Pearl's got one too. That's awesome. Where else in this planet are you going to find two people in the same chat that have a toaster that plays It's a Small World? Yeah, they made barbecue chicken. Although, my mom's chicken was always dry.
That's a sin.
Yeah, my dad couldn't cook chicken if his life depended on it. Neither one of them could cook chicken. They didn't understand the concept of basting something, or...
Hey, Beastman!
Hi, Beastman! Or marinating it so that it was, had the flavor in the chicken, so that it was... Or even soaking it in a brine so it didn't dry out, nothing. It just... My parents had no concept about how to cook. So... John kept wanting to barbecue, and he kept getting barbecue grills and little ones, and he'd cook like burgers, maybe a steak or something on it, and then it would sit there for years, and he wouldn't do anything with it. And I'm like, are we doing anything with that? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to cook on it. I'm like, when? Never happened. Never happened. So, yeah. And I'm not a big griller. I mean, I could probably watch a video and learn how to do it better than my mom could. But I've never been a griller.
When we first got together, talking about in our teenage years, Tim could grill really well, and then something happened, and he couldn't grill worth a shit. So I became the one that grilled.
Yeah.
And then now I don't grill because, up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
And he took over the grilling, and he's been doing very, very well. And it's been very, very good.
Pearl, Beastman is Amy's dad. So that's why you don't see him. He's behind the scenes at Hotness's house. John got a George Foreman grill, and I told him clean it because it's sitting on the counter and it's dirty and it's taking up all the counter space. Clean the damn thing and put it away. And 3 days later, he still hadn't done it. I said, look, you've got 24 hours to clean that thing and put it away, because we actually had a pantry at the house we were at. I said, put it away on the pantry shelf. I was like, clean it first. Clean the, and get the grease trap out of there. Clean the whole damn thing down. If you want the grill, you need to take care of it. He didn't do it. I said, okay, and I threw it out. He's like, where'd my Foreman grill go? I was like, I threw it out. I told you, you have 24 hours or it's going out the door. He goes, I'm going to go get it. I said, go ahead. The trash man left an hour ago. Timed that one well. Yeah, you'll never see her dad or the kids or anybody unless you're somebody she video chats with. So, and I didn't think the food that came out the Foreman Grill was all that great anyway. There was nothing spectacular. It might have just been the way he cooked it, but ew, Pearl, yuck. Yeah, I mean, you have to take care of things like that, I mean, he had a griddle that was absolutely fantastic because it was like 2 feet long, 2.5 feet long, and sat on the countertop, and you could cook your eggs, your bacon, fucking pancakes, all kinds of shit at the same time.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's great, but it doesn't live on the counter. Clean it and put it away. And again, you would have thought that he would have learned with this thing, because he had the griddle first. And I was like, clean it and put it away. It does not live on my counter. Because, see, I had the house, and then he had to move in with me because he was stupid and fucked up. And I told him, I said, don't make a mess of my house. And I was like, my counters stay clean. Shit does not live on my counters. Unless I have it on the counter, it does not stay on the counter. And he left that thing on the counter for a week. And I'm like, no.
Okay, Amy.
Love you, Amy. And so it ended up in the trash. Same morning. And I gave him
ding, ding, ding.
And I gave him the same warning with the grill, and he knew that I would throw it away. I mean, I threw away his griddle. He should have known I was going to throw away the grill, but no, oblivious. So see you later, bye. He just stopped getting things that would live on my countertops. I don't put up with that. Don't mess up my kitchen. So, I'm OCD about two things: my jewelry supplies and my kitchen. Those are the only two things that I am emphatic that things have a place and they need to go in their place. You don't follow that, I'll throw it out the damn door. I don't care.
See, that's honestly, my kitchen is more organized than my bedroom.
Yeah.
More organized than my desk space, by the way.
Yeah. It was mine too. Whenever we had Issa do dishes, which was just a horrifying story in itself, because that woman could not clean a dish if her life depended on it. But we would tell her, okay, you've done the dishes, now inspect them, make sure they're clean.
Oh, and I hate inspecting the dishes after somebody else does them, because always, I'm like, what? How did you wash plasticware before you washed anything greasy, and the plastic is covered in grease? Explain this to me.
Yeah. Oh, we had to end up throwing away most of our plasticware whenever she wanted, because it was just gross. But we actually had to smell our bowls, cups, plates, because the woman did not know how to rinse a fucking bowl or a plate out, so they would all smell like soap. And everybody knows if you put food on something, that still has soap on it, it reactivates the soap and you will get sick.
Yeah.
You know, so we're all having stomach pains and we're like, what the hell? And I'm like, because we didn't let her cook because none of us wanted to die. But she was still getting us sick. And I was like, grab one of the plates out of the strainer and smell it. And John did. And he's like, it smells like fucking soap. And I'm like, So, you know, but she would put everything away in the wrong places. I'm like, is that where you got it from? Because I'll tell you what, 9 out of 10 of the dishes that were in that kitchen that were dirty were from her. And she used to put cereal bowls in the sink with cereal and milk still in them.
Flush that shit down the toilet.
And she would put it like so it's sitting so that it's holding all that crap in it and just sitting in the sink. Or she'd leave food on the plate and put it in the sink. And I'm like, and then stack up another plate on top of it so you didn't see that there was food there. You'd go start running the water, and of course you got a soggy, disgusting mess in your sink. I'm like, I don't know how the woman had survived to the age that she has.
She's always had somebody else to take care of her.
I'm like, what in the...
She's had someone else to take care of her. That's how she has survived.
Yeah, well... It's beyond comprehension in my brain. How can you not know how to wash a dish? It's not rocket science. It's soap and water applied to something, then you make sure it's clean and you rinse it off. This is not something you need crayon instructions for. So, you know.
Anything's possible, Pearl. Somebody could have just been driving through and like, oh, it's just sitting here, maybe, and decided they needed it more than you did. You know, people just driving through the neighborhood, they go scouting.
They do. Scavengers will go and steal shit off your front lawn, your backyard.
Yep.
My son's bike got stolen. He had a bike when we first moved here. He had not a dirt bike, like a BMX bike, and it was in our backyard for a year, and all of a sudden it was gone. And I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, someone just walked into our yard and took it. Whenever John and I used to sit on the porch, we'd sit and we'd usually be pretty quiet, just talking to ourselves and everything. We'd see the scavengers coming up and down the street looking into people's yards.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So. Yeah.
See, yep.
My
It's
mom.
her story, Kristen. I bet.
My mom had somebody come to a slow crawl outside of her house, and they knocked on the door and said that their battery had died, and did she have jumper cables or anything? And she's like, well, I have a battery charger. And they're like, oh, great, can we borrow it? And she went out there and she stood there while they hooked it up and did whatever. And she put the battery charger, which, I mean, these things are expensive. It was a kind on its own little dolly. It was big one, and she put it back in the garage, put it away, and a couple of days later she had left her garage door open, and she went out there and it was gone. And she's like, what the hell? They had cruised up and down the street, and she hadn't noticed them cruising up and down the street until they saw her garage door open, and they went in there and they took everything that wasn't nailed down. All my dad's tools, any kind of equipment they took, all gone. And there was nothing anybody could do about it. And my mom lives in she lives in a very expensive neighborhood. Mom's got money. I don't, but my mom does.
It happens, Pearl. It really
My
does.
My mom bragged to me about, before we moved here, about what a wonderful town it was, and there's no crime, and there's no prostitutes. And I'm like, why is that a key factor? But yeah, we weren't in town for 10 minutes and we spotted 8 different prostitutes. And I'm like, so much for mom's theory. We had just moved out of her house and gotten our own place. We had been in South Carolina for about 2 months, a month and a half or so. And my mom calls me hysterical. Somebody had gone down their street and smashed everybody's mailbox. I'm like, so, how's that crime rate going, Mom? My mom's oblivious. If it doesn't enter into her bubble,
Isn't
it doesn't happen. Well, it entered into her bubble in a hard way. I mean, it was funny because we went, we were living in her house for about a month and a half until we found our own place. And we were there about 3 days, and we knew that the guy 3 houses down dealt weed. We didn't buy it. We were just observing the neighborhood, and I was like, oh, look, that guy's dealing weed. John watched for about an hour, and he's like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, Kristen. I told my mom, I was like, get a mailbox and have somebody set it up with a rebar in it. Next time those little fuckers come down and hit it with a baseball bat, they're going to have a broken arm. So I'm right. Yeah, Papa, people are bold as fuck. They just don't care. They do not care. Yet we put stuff outside that we want people to take and they don't take it. And we're like, please take it. I don't know. Somebody always got to take what they are not entitled to because they feel entitled to it. The way of the world these days is there's like this entire generation that all of a sudden feels entitled to what other people have. It's like you have it, I don't, so I should be able to have it. So I'm going to take yours.
Hello to anybody and everybody hanging out. We got 12 that's hanging out. Welcome, welcome. Happy 4th of July for those that are here.
Hi.
I asked a question earlier. What is your go-to, gotta have it for the, holiday meal?
Food.
For the food, gotta have that food. What is it? What is it? What is your must-have?
See, for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and Easter, respectively, I'm naming the politically correct holidays that people acknowledge. My own holidays coincide closely, but not exactly. Peas have to be on the table for me. Even if nobody else in the house or nobody else at wherever I am like it, there has to be peas on the table. Or I am going to be very upset.
Christy, hi.
Hi, Christy. And for Thanksgiving and Christmas, there has to be green bean casserole. My mom's green bean casserole. That is one thing that she makes that I like. And I've tried to make it, and it doesn't taste the same, so it has to be mom's. It's like with my mom's tuna noodle casserole. I've tried to make it, and it just didn't taste the same. Even though she gave me her recipe, she's got it all written down, and nope, it didn't taste the same. So, yeah, Kristen, we always had ham, too. It was funny because our neighbors... for is it Christmas?
I thought it was Thanksgiving.
Our neighbors gave us a turkey. And this is the first Thanksgiving after John died. And Issa took it. She's like, I'm going to take the turkey over to Jeremiah's. And I'm like, why would you be taking that? That's for family dinner. It was given for the people in this house. Why would you be taking that? She goes, because you don't like turkey. And I'm like, excuse me? She goes, you don't like turkey. I'm like, where did you come up with that? She goes, well, you always make ham for the holidays. I'm like, because your husband that you're married to for 7 years is the one that doesn't like roasted turkey. It wasn't me. I love turkey. It's John that didn't like. So much for knowing the man you were married to for 7 years. I'm like, what the fuck? So she's like, well, I can leave it here. I'm like, no, go ahead and take it with you. Enjoy.
Oh, wow, Christy. And dang, Pearl. And
well, at least I got caught.
Yeah, also, Christine, I agree. If any food is great as long as I don't have to cook it. But then again, there's always that one thing that, you want to make or, that you prefer that is your signature dish.
Yeah, John did not like roasted turkey at all. He likes turkey sandwich meat, but he could not stand roasted, like, oven roasted turkey that you would cook for a holiday. I do not know why. I have a feeling it's because his mom couldn't cook, and he refused to even take the chance of me doing it. His wife insisted that she made the best turkey on the planet. They had one of those oven roaster turkey things you put on the countertop, and it's got the big lid.
Yep, Nesco cooker, gotcha.
She insisted on making Thanksgiving dinner one year. I said, if this turkey comes out like crap, I get to hang you upside down by your ankles on the tree outside. She goes, no. Sawdust would be kind in describing what her turkey was like. It was horrible. The bones shattered when you touched them. That's how burnt out. I'm like, did you baste this? She goes, no, it's all enclosed. You don't need to baste it. I'm like, who the fuck told you that? You always baste it. I'm like, the only thing that came out were the biscuits, which I made, and the mashed potatoes, which John made. Everything else was crap. And her little friend, who tried to kick my dog, and whom I informed if she put her foot up near my dog one more time, I was throwing her over our fence, made some kind of weird dessert that sucked. So yeah, worst Thanksgiving ever. John looked at me. John looked at me at Christmas and goes, "Please cook dinner." So that year, John and I made Christmas dinner, and it was absolutely fantastic.
Wow, Christy.
Yeah. There are crappy people all over the planet, man.
They really are. And hi, Sandy. Sorry.
Yes, happy 4th of July, Sandy. So, yeah, but I couldn't believe this little girl comes in the house, goes, oh, I'm allergic to dogs, and kicks at my dog. Why are you coming in a house with 3 fucking dogs if you're fucking allergic? Get the fuck out. The dogs live here, you don't. And then she grabbed my dog by the back of her collar and, like, pulled her away from her. And my dog started coughing because Simmy has a very sensitive throat. You can't just haul on her collar like that. I was like, don't touch my dog. She goes, she was going to bite me. I said, my dog doesn't bite. I was like, I might bite you, but the dog won't. I was like, don't touch my dog. And I had to put Simmy in my room because I would hurt this girl. You don't fuck with my animal. Don't fuck with any of my animals. Good little Christian girl. No comment.
Okay, so Papa, you changed your green bean casserole, and instead of green beans, you now use asparagus.
So you make an asparagus casserole? Timmy, shush. Like the same way as with the green, as if you just take the green beans out and put asparagus in? That actually sounds really good.
Or do you incorporate asparagus with the green beans? I mean,
I like asparagus. You don't. I do. That sounds intriguing to me.
I know. That's why I'm trying to wrap my head around it.
Inquiring minds want to know, Papa, type faster.
Either that or grab the link and explain verbally.
Well, it's not really by yourself if it's with your cat, Sandy. At least you're getting to eat. There's positive. Yep. Okay. So he took the green beans out. We've asked a multitude of different questions, Papa. You're gonna have to clarify. Took the green beans out and put asparagus in, or both in the casserole?
One or two.
That would work though, because asparagus with cream of mushroom soup and the little crunchy onion things would actually be pretty good. might have to try that. But, hi, Kevin. First we had boobies, now we have butts.
I don't know. I think I prefer boobies. I mean,
Yeah,
if there's a firm butt, that's another story.
green bean out, asparagus in. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. That sounds really good. I had never even thought of that. It was just always. Of course, my son won't touch it, so that means I'd get the whole thing. So that would be awesome. Hell, he won't even touch my asparagus to cook it for me. You know, Tina, I was really looking forward to getting out there and being able to make my asparagus.
I know.
It might get to the point where the pain is worth it. Seriously. I have to really count.
Okay, now, asparagus only. All right, now, your asparagus. Not that I eat the asparagus. I'm just trying to get a grasp on this. Do you, using my fingernails, not the gap between my fingers, but my fingernails, how big of pieces do you cut your asparagus in, and how much of the asparagus do you use? Do you just use the tips, or
Yeah, just a tip.
just the tip? Because I know that asparagus can be kind of fibrous.
It is very fibrous. The tips aren't. I would only be able to use the tips because with the lack of chewing surface in my mouth, it's very difficult. I can only eat asparagus tips. Now I want my asparagus. Shit.
Yeah, I know.
Hi, Marty.
Yep, she's behind you on a box. Yep. There she is.
Right in the window.
Yep.
It's because the sun is hitting that side, so she's going to bask in there. Yeah, no. Nope. That's a hard pass for me, Papa. Well, the ends snap off. The bottom of the spears snap off where you're supposed to cut them. You know, they're supposed to break them to cook them. But you usually still have a good amount of stock on there. I can only have where the little nubby things are, just like a 1/4 inch under that. That's all I can eat on asparagus because that's the tenderest part, and I can't eat any part of the stalk because it's too fibrous. I mean, if you take an asparagus stalk and you just bend it, it naturally snaps at that one point, and you're supposed to cook the rest of it normally. But for me, I can only have that little treetop part of it. So, although John was making one, I remember I told you he was making it with the in a frying pan with garlic and butter. And he cooked it up so tender, I was able to eat it, and I was just like, oh my god. So I probably would be able,
out of it.
I probably would be able to replicate that, but
About 3/4 inch pieces.
Yeah, I have canned tips sitting out there, which I'm not a big fan on canned vegetables in general, but there are some that I can tolerate, and I have canned asparagus tips out there, and I really would like them cooked for me, but my son is like, ew. I'm not asking you to eat it, boy. Just drain the juice, drain the fluid out of it, stick it in a bowl with some butter, and fucking nuke it for me. What the hell? This is not rocket science. No. Ew. Fucking asshole. Which is not actually the way I would like them cooked, but it would do. You know what I mean? As long as they're heated through. Cook out some pasta with it, I'm good. Yeah. That actually, I'm going to try that, Papa. Yeah, they have to be thin. Yeah. That's really thin. I've never seen fresh asparagus at like a supermarket that's that thin. I have seen it at roadside stands and farmers markets though. Yeah. Yeah. The thinner the stalk, the more tender it is.
See, I learned something. That's my new education for today. On
The wheelchair's too small. The seat it's a 16-inch seat. Do I look like I fit comfortably in a 16-inch seat? Plus, it's not really the seat that's the problem. It's the bars that frame. It's the frame of the seat because they stick out like this far beyond the seat itself. The canvas that make the nylon that makes up the seat, and the one end that the cap is off it, and they both cut into my leg, and it's basically pipe, and it's cutting my leg. It's bruising both legs, and the one side is cutting me. So yeah, it's not something I volunteer to get into. If I don't have to, I don't. I would rather go hungry than put myself through that. That's how bad it hurts. No, I'm sorry, Christy. That sucks. Oh, your story. Well, you're lucky, Papa. Yeah, I can't do anything to the toilet here, so I have a 20-inch seat wheelchair on order. It's just delayed. It was supposed to be here the 28th, and I got an email saying it wouldn't be here until August 30th. So I have 2 more months to wait.
Still pissed off.
I am too. I'm very pissed off. I'm sorry, Christy. That sucks.
You know, Chrissy, I know you had whatever surgery or whatever it was you had done on your hand, but even when I had the carpal tunnel surgery done way back when on my right hand, it's my dominant hand. So, I literally ripped my stitches because I would forget what I was doing, and instead of using my left hand to do something, I would use this one. And I did. I literally ripped my stitches. So I reopened the wound.
Yeah, the rollator that I have, the walker that I have, was John's, and it's for under 200-pound weight capacity, so there's no way that would work ever. And I tried using it when I first got my prosthetic, and the height of it, it's not working. Where when I was at my prosthetic office, I was able to pretty much walk with no problem, although my knees did start to twinge because I have arthritis in both knees, and I have a bad right knee. But I tried here, and it was just not even close to comparable. I could only go a few steps, and I had to stop. So Tina has sent me a walker, so hopefully that will work better because it's sturdier and it's a little lower, so I can put more weight on my hands and my upper body and take the pressure off my legs as much. Of course, I'm still going to have the weight on my legs when I move the walker, but I'm fine standing straight up and not moving. I can pull myself into a standing position when I'm able to use my prosthetic and my knees don't hurt. It's only when I move that I have a problem with my knees. So yeah, well, see, all my stuff, my wheelchair and the walker were both John's, and he weighed 150 pounds, so he didn't need anything. We never expected me to have to use it. So yeah, and I can't put anything like that over my toilet because my son uses the bathroom. I can't even get the wheelchair in the bathroom. I can wheel it up to the toilet, and half of the wheelchair is still sticking out of my bathroom. So I have a commode chair that I hate having to deal with, but there we have it. It is what it is. So.
Yeah. And the walker that I sent her, it is a bariatric walker, so it's sturdy and it's meant for us bigger people to.
And she's very sweet. Tina rocks. She's a rock star, and I love her. Whole big bunches. Even though she rolls her eyes at me every day. See? So, yeah. And
why do we have a problem?
And I have supports that a friend of mine sent me for that goes on either side of the toilet that has the little handle things. my toilet is too low with my bad knee. It won't support me to be able to pull myself up. So I can't use my bathroom at all. It's fun. It's a lovely life. Okay. All right. What problem, hotness? Talk to us. We're here for you. Oh yeah, Pearl, the quality of my life is astronomically wonderful. Behind the scenes in Cody's life. Well, yeah, hotness, we know that. You're gonna have to be a little more specific.
Yeah. I mean, you either going to have to come on panel or you're going to have to private message one of us and let us know what the fuck is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And and some people suck ass for pleasure, and some of them do it just out of spite. So
I'm so not gonna make a comment on that first part of your sentence.
just saying, trying to add comedy to it.
Yeah, that would be too much of a pain in the ass for my son. He's lazy. So. Yeah. Certain people suck ass. Well, certain people suck ass really
Well, hello,
well, but I'm just gonna stop talking. Yeah. Hey, Rhonda. Happy 4th, love. Oh. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I agree, lying people suck serious ass, and
Yes,
not in a
they
good
do.
way.
And definitely not in the good
Are
way.
we gonna expand on this, or are we just gonna play the pronoun game? What the fuck is happening here?
Okay, I'm waiting for Wesley. Where the fuck's he at?
Right, next. Someone tell me what the fuck is going on. That's all I'm gonna say. Come on. That's what I'm saying, Pearl. Who the fuck are we talking about?
Hi, Virginia.
Who said who was gonna stop talking? I didn't say I was gonna stop talking. That would make me a liar, and I don't lie.
Hi, Larry.
I said I was gonna stop, not comment, but I have the prerogative to change my mind.
Yeah, you said
No, you can't come in and make comments like that and then zip your lips. It's not gonna fly. You need to stop that shit. Someone message me and tell me what the fuck is happening.
Yeah, my messenger is wide open.
I am always left out of the loop in the good stuff. Okay.
What am I holding on to?
Wait.
At my Pepsi. Hold on.
Tina told me to hold on to my phone the other day, so I did. Hold the phone. Okay. I almost did this. Which one? I know. I look like a fucking drug dealer, man. I'm like, bam.
Right.
But
well, if
this
I
one
pull
has no
open my
service.
drawer over here, I got 4 of them.
Well,
Now who's the drug dealer?
I like the alarm on the one, so.
Whatever you want. Well, hold on to my Pepsi. So. People start coming out of the woodwork, man. Jeez. Yeah. Like, would that be hoe bag and who?
Hoe bag and who? I love you. Hoe bag.
No, none of them. Okay.
Okay, I don't like playing the pronoun game or the guessing game. I hate guessing games, so fuck it up. Ding.
Oh, Pearl down there laughing at me.
How come you get drama on your channel, but my channel gets left blank? I was struggling yesterday. I'm like, oh fuck, I got nothing to talk about.
Hey, we brought you back up out of the bog. Come on.
And they volunteer this shit on your channel. What the fuck? No, you're not a whole bag.
You're not a hoe bag.
You.
You're killing me, Pearl. Oh, you are not, Amy. Hush. But you're still not giving me deets, woman. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
Ask around. I'm not asking around. I'm asking you. And if I'm supposed to be asking around if you a hoe bag, that's wrong because you ain't a hoe bag. Besides that, folks up on this thing and on the World Wide Web, they don't know you. Motherfuckers don't know you. Sorry. See, exactly. They don't know.
I didn't know you liked to garden, Amy.
Weed and seed? No. Sorry, not happening.
And you are not a hoe bag.
Nope.
You're spelling hoe wrong, but you're not a hoe bag. It's H-O when you're talking about a hooker. Or a whore. Or a hoe bag. It's H-O. I can't help it.
No.
Not that that was on any of my spelling tests, but still.
Right. All about the hoe bags. I've known a few of them in my day. A few people thought I might have been one. But, hey, 35 years with the same man, that's more than half my life. Hello. Considering the fact I'm only 50. Hard to be a hoe bag.
I was never a hoe bag. I was a free spirit and fuck them if they didn't like it.
Right?
See? What Rhonda said.
Hi, Celestine.
Hey, Celestine.
Going back to your corner, Rhonda. You're killing me, girl. And how are you handling having nothing to do today? Do you have absolutely nothing to do today, Rhonda? Do you have the day off?
That would shock me. You know, I never understood that whole thing where a guy gets experience but a woman's slut. Where exactly is this guy getting all this experience from?
I'll say, right now, Sugar
Whoa.
Bridges Sweet Ass Stuff has got something going on, and Simply Dana has games going on her games channel.
Wow, Rhonda, do you even know what to do with yourself on the weekends then? Yeah, I hate double standards too. We should be able to be just as slutty as the men are. Without getting called names.
I'll say, Patrick Murphy's got his late night tonight. Other than that, no, there's not a whole lot that I see. Anthony Pittsburgh's got a premiere this at 2:00.
Stop. Oh. Sorry, I was talking to the dog, not you.
Antiques from Karen Janet. She's got a thing going on at 2:00. She's still trying to get rid of stuff out of that house. Oh my goodness. Have you seen where she's went through live and shown
Who?
some of the stuff? Janet?
Who?
Janet?
I don't know who that is.
Antiques from Karen?
Nope, because I don't watch their channel. I have no idea who she is.
Oh, you've not been in Cajuns when Janet's come in?
Mm-mm.
She has a lot of nice stuff. I've been in when I've went to her channel when she's been auctioning a little bit and just watched. Said hi, of course. And then at 3:00, it's a sports card auction and hobby talk with Every Day I'm Hustling.
I don't do the sports talk shit. I don't have anything to do with sports shit. I don't like sports. I don't want to be involved in sports conversations. Nope.
And then, if you are into aquariums, I've never really promoted this before, but if you're into fish tanks and you're an aquarium hobbyist, aquarium co-op, Corey, he has a live at 1:00.
TJ, the entrepreneur, Jarhead entrepreneur, does fish tanks. He has fish tanks too. He does all that stuff. I like TJ, but I don't watch his stuff either.
Corey is very good. He actually has a store, and he is a store owner in the state of Washington.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't sell his fish live to sell, and transport them all over, but he will sell his plants all over.
Yeah.
He does.
TJ sells live fish.
He only sells his fish in this, in the state right there in his town, and whoever travels to him.
Yeah. No, TJ has like a fish tank room, and he sells his fish all over the country.
Yeah, Corey does not, or he didn't. I haven't watched him in quite a while.
But I don't watch all the fish. I worked at a pet store and had to deal with the fish room. I don't watch stuff on fish. It was the worst part of my job, and I hated it, having to try and remember everything that goes along with everything. No, Doug. So one thing I won't get is fish tank. I'll get a little beta, but I wouldn't trust it around these demon spawn with paws. But that's the most I would get as a beta because they're very easy to take care of.
Yeah. And then at 1:30 this afternoon, there's a premiere from the Flipping Sloth. He's over in the UK. He's very interesting. His name is Jay.
Okay.
So he's one of the gentlemen that would talk to and keep abreast of what was going on over in the UK as far as the postal service.
Yeah.
So yeah, just kind of let you know.
Yeah, we all had little feelers over across the pond, so what a lying piece of shit somebody was about their postal service.
Yeah. But he's a pretty decent fella.
It depends on the freshwater fish, Rhonda, if they need heated water or, I mean, basically pretty much the only fish that can stay in unheated water are betas or goldfish.
And technically they still require some heat.
Mm-mm.
Yes, huh?
Okay. Guess all that learning of working in the pet store did me no good then. Because our goldfish never had heated tanks.
So the comets always had a heat source.
Comets aren't, well, yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm not going to debate. The fish tanks in our pet store never had, the goldfish tanks never had heat. The feeder tanks nor the regular tanks for regular goldfish never had heat. You needed to watch their ammonia levels because goldfish put out a lot of fucking ammonia.
Yes, they do.
And betas do not need heated water. As long as you're not living in the Arctic, they don't need heated water.
Yeah, right, Rhonda. We won't argue with the debate, but yeah, they do. We won't argue it.
They don't. Agree to disagree. I agree. We won't argue.
We'll agree to disagree.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Take your fucking caps off, woman. You're not moderating the chat. Stop yelling at me. My betas never needed heat. They were in a little bowl, and they lasted forever until my cat killed them. Okay, so it wasn't the cold water that did in the fish. It was the fucking cat went fishing. She did not read the little sign I had in the bowl that said no fishing. Obnoxious cat. So.
Pearl's like, oh, I hate arguing. We call it healthy debate.
Sure.
Because there's no true. Okay, every now and again the voices may get raised, but they're not, oh my God, raised. I don't like, oh my God, yelling.
I wasn't neglecting shit. I don't neglect my animals. So, yeah, we should really get off this fucking subject. Fuck off.
Speaking of the cats, gotta trim their nails. I used to trim my cat's nails. I had one, it just seemed like their kitty nails grew all so fast. And it's like, geez, constant razor blades and needles. It's like me. Can't decide which one it was, whether it was razor blades or needles that week. Again, agreed to disagree. Subject to drop. Every 2 weeks, or else he rips up. Oh, your carpet? That is horrible, Sandy. Like, I had a poster cat that did that. If the door, he couldn't get to a specific room and the door was closed, he would pull at the carpet to get into that door, to the room that door was at. And I'm like, would you stop? You know? Because it's like, seriously. I'm going to close cam for a minute because I need to adjust myself. My butt was going numb because I got stuck in a rut.
I love you too, Rhonda. Just give me a minute.
Well, it's true, Rhonda. My butt was stuck in a hole. I think I'm going to have to repad the mattress. No, Pearl, I haven't. I haven't crocheted anything lately. I probably should. I got 2 totes worth of freaking yarn in there that's just sitting. Awesome. You did find your yarn that you needed.
The party has started in my neighborhood, by the way.
Time to flip the mattress. It's a pillow top, and it's not a double pillow top, so you really can't flip it. Doesn't work that way. So, it'll be all right.
The music has started.
Oh, the music has started, huh?
Yeah. It's not too loud yet. Give it a few. If they get cranking to the levels, they usually are, I might have to go because I wouldn't be able to hear myself talk, let alone hear you. Oh.
Yeah, I rotate mine too. We've rotated about once every other month or so, just to keep it even.
Yeah, Pearl, they have huge speakers and like a theater system set up or something out there. I don't know. I managed to get out when they were partying one day. I managed to get out and get in the craft room, and there's a window I can actually see out of. And the damn speakers are like 3 feet high. I'm like, oh, no wonder I can't hear my laptop that's 18 inches in front of me.
It is, Rhonda. King size bed is a bitch to rotate.
Yeah, my neighbors next to me are friends or related to everybody in this neighborhood. So when they party, everybody congregates right next door or across the street where they have the barbecue set up. So, yeah. It's very loud. And I'll have partying across the street with music over there. And then there's the people right next door to me. And I mean, I could toss a rock and hit the house next door. So they party in the yard in between the houses, and it gets very loud. Very, very loud. What's really great is if my son's home and he's gaming, plus I have partying, so I have loudness on this side and that side, and it's awesome.
So Liam's not quite big enough yet.
Oh, my son was 9 years old and he moved all the furniture out of my living room when we had our trailer. He moved the couch, the coffee table, the TV, the entertainment center with the game systems on it, all the DVDs, the bookcase and everything on it. He moved every stick of furniture out of my living room. He was 9 years old. He piled it all up in the kitchen. How the fuck he managed that? The kid would have been excellent at Tetris. And swept and mopped my living room floor for me. And I heard all this commotion going on. I'm like, what the hell is going on out there? And I go out there and I'm like, walked into an empty living room. I'm like, what in the fuck? Did we get robbed? And he's like, Mom, I'm cleaning. I'm like, holy shit. And he put everything right back where it was supposed to go and plugged everything back in, set it all back up. I'm like, oh boy, am I in trouble. But yeah, I was very proud of him, but damn. Yeah. I live in what's, the hell do they call these? Mill houses. So yeah, they're like row houses from when we had the mills in Anderson, in my town. Yeah. They are here too. Yeah. Old mill houses, they're all in a row, all down the hill. Yeah.
No, row houses are built right on top of each other.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the house itself sits on probably about a quarter of an acre property, but it's lengthwise. So, like, I have a decent sized backyard. If I could fence it in, I'd be really happy. My dogs would be so thrilled. I have a postage stamp, well, had a postage stamp for a front yard. Now I have half of that because my ramp got put up. And there's a little bit on each side, but there's not more than maybe 15, 16 feet of yard on each side of the house. So, yeah, they're very close. I don't like living this close to people. But
I
have no
have
choice.
a push mower width, actually less than that if you go by the actual marking. But I have a push mower width for my backyard on the backside of my mobile home, which is behind me. So that would be, I have a push mower width on this side.
Yeah.
2 push mowers width on the other end. And maybe 3 or 4 push mower widths up in front of me. That's all my yard.
At least you don't have that much to take care of.
Nope.
I'm just really grateful that my neighbor next door, the people that party, which is why I don't complain to them directly. The man that lives right next door to me, Luke, he now has a ride-on mower, and he mows my yard for free to help me out. So this is why I don't complain.
So yeah, like I said,
Although there was a very rude lady that parked across the street from my driveway when after my mom pulled in the driveway. You know, don't park in a narrow road. Don't park right across from someone's driveway, especially when the house she parked at, they had their truck, like their house is here, right? Like directly across from our house. Their driveway is on this side. My driveway is on this side, like opposite sides of the street. Their truck was parked partway before their house. There was a whole length of space there that this woman could have just gone around their pickup truck and parked in front of their house, directly in front of their house. No, she parked behind their truck, directly across from my driveway. My mom's 88 years old. She's trying to get out of my driveway on a street this narrow. You can barely take two cars down my street. And that's small cars passing each other. It's very nerve-wracking. I'm sitting there going, like, well, look, some rude motherfucker parked right across from my driveway just as some woman came out of their house. And she had like this folder in her hand. I don't know who the fuck she is, but she was some kind of official person. And she goes walking over to the car. And this is when it was after my son had come back. My son's standing on the porch, and he's so used to me doing this at this point. I was like, you know, your grandmother is elderly, and she got to try and get out of this and try and not wreck her car because there's a big divot for the gully type of thing. And she bottoms out her car every time, and it freaks her out. So I'm like, here she's got to go out kitty corner completely, and I could see her panicking in the car. I'm like, some rude motherfucker parked right across from the driveway. Who the fuck does that? What a rude bitch. And the woman comes out and goes to get in her car. I'm like, oh, look, there's the rude motherfucker now. So the woman looked directly at me. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you fucking hear me? Don't do it again. And she just jumped in her car and she left.
Right now.
She's lucky my mother didn't hit her car. I mean, it was close, you know? But, I mean, how rude is that? Mm-mm. So, yeah, I don't like it when people fuck with my mom, you know? And, I mean, if it had been me, I have a bad back. I can't turn my head to see that detail, you know, to see how close I am. I should be able to pull out of my driveway without worrying about hitting some douchebag that parks across the street from me. You know, especially when there was plenty of space on the other side of that truck. So.
I don't want to hear over here.
But yeah, that's me yelling at people in my neighborhood from my doorway. Hey, I would have gone all the way down to the bottom of the ramp if I could have, but I couldn't get out my door. So at this point, my son probably would have agreed to get me out of the house, but I doubt he would have agreed to get me back in. You know, I'm not taking the chance.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, the guy next door mows my lawn for me. He's a very nice man. He's a big ass and bald, man. I was like, damn, because I had never met him until after Issa bailed on me, and I was sitting in my doorway once, and my other neighbor had come over to go to the store for me, and Luke happened to be walking down the street, and Donnie he saw me, and I was like, hey, and he's like, hey, and I was like, do you live next door? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, and I was like, you know, I don't have the money to be able to give you to mow the lawn. He goes, what are you talking about? I'm like, well, the $40 to mow the lawn. He goes, I've never charged any money to mow your lawn. And I'm like, what? Because Issa had been taking $20, saying she would pay for half. And if I would pay for half, she would continue to pay him to mow the lawn, which she was stealing my $20. So yeah, there's Issa. You know, she's just bragging about how much money she makes in her business, but she's stealing $20 from a person on low income. Yay. So, but Tina. Okay. Oh, I didn't see that you muted. Sorry, I was like, hello, distracted much? Will be. Well, this was just my neighbor that said that he would mow the lawn, and she told me that he was charging $40, which I was like, oh, it's a bargain. And turns out he wasn't charging anything at all. So she stole about $100 from me over a period of months. And yeah, it was just for me because my son wouldn't help pay for it. Even though he has a lawnmower and he's perfectly capable of mowing the lawn himself. But he won't. Although I don't know if the lawnmower is still there because there's no lock on our little crawl space door. So I have no idea if the lawnmower is still there or not because Issa let this neighborhood kid who got kicked out of her house, let her and her drug-ass boyfriend fucking mow the lawn using my son's lawnmower, and for all I know, they came and stole it. I have no way to check. So, yeah. It is what it is. My mom pays $65 to $75 to have her yard done, I think. But she has a landscaping company come out and do it. So it's expensive. Everything okay?
Okay. I've had a situation arise and I need to cut off my live and cut her short
Okay.
at 2 hours here. I appreciate everybody who has come and visited today. Love y'all. Enjoy your 4th. Be safe.
Yeah.
Take care. I will pop back on later today, probably. See what everybody's up to. See how y'all are doing. Much love. I will talk to y'all later.
Be safe.
Be safe, please.
Don't blow up anybody that we like.